Well, good morning. It's Thursday, May the 9th at 6:30 in the morning, and the sun is rising. Uh, these people aren't here anymore. My neighbors. Norman is gone and on a plus 55 community. But the sun is now rising over Mount Peter and Mount Paul right now. So it's going up to 27 degrees here today. And I've seen it here 47 degrees when Lytton burnt down. But the alder trees are doing good. The garden is in. I bought this deer repellent yesterday. Spray it around the perimeter. Put the marigolds around the perimeter. So hopefully they don't eat my chilies, but they need a lot of sun. And I bought some things at the dollar store, and apparently deer don't eat these either. But marigolds are good. My mom's favorite flower. Bright orange. And I put in a peach tree last August, and it's doing okay. I think the deer have eaten a little bit of it, and then I should get 3,000 apricots off my apricot tree. And I got a 7-foot high deer fence out back, and the corn is doing okay. Telus was here yesterday, and there's 3 lines there. One was for my old satellite dish, which went out of existence over a decade ago. And then the other line was power. There's 3 lines there. Look at this. It looks like it was built in the early 60s or something. And the cable, not the cable, but the Telus connection was in the middle. So apparently there were wasps up there, and they were eating a connection. So he was here yesterday, the guy from Telus, and I think it's fixed. I'm just down by the river in Okotoks, in Kamloops, and I live in one of the hottest places in Canada. Oh no, there's always something. It's like I got a leak in my hose. How did that happen? Well, maybe I can tape it. I just bought this a year ago. And I saved those trees 2 years ago when Lytton burnt down. It was 47 here for a whole week. And my other hose, that went out of commission, and I saved all those trees from drought. And now Wayne is helping out there. He's fixing up that unit. And all the wild birds come here. I got a good deal on wild bird seed there, and all the doves and sparrows come out here. And I bring Bobby out here, and I'm gonna fill up my fountain. And I bought that in Harrison Hot Springs. It's kind of cool. A couple years ago, when I was young, I just turned 60. So it makes you think about life. But I've seen deer up here even on my porch. Yeah, I'm gonna fill up this fountain, hang Bobby up here, and he can have a bath today. It'll be warm enough. Jeez, there's always something. Huh. there's the backyard 2 years ago. London Drugs. I did a puzzle out of it. Here's the resemblance. So, I put this on for Bobby. And, for entertainment. He just turned 9, so that's 18 in human years. So, he's going through puberty. Right, Bobby? Want to come outside today? It's warm, and we don't have to cover the vegetables anymore. So I'm gonna be doing a taste sensation for him today. I got kangaroo and liver and chicken and turkey and vegetables and different kinds of vinegar and spices. And down here we got, I just wanted to see what he likes. We got tea, chamomile, burdock root, licorice, cornmeal, chia seeds, sourdough bread, ginger, carrot, onion, and celery. I'm getting celery that came back from last year. It's coming up. And I know he loves potatoes, so pineapple he should like, because his species is indigenous from South America. And then stuff over here, pickles and homemade apricot jam, Saskatoon jam, peas, mushroom, olive, watermelon, radishes, apple, lemon. What's that? Well, I got mango, spaghetti squash, pineapple juice, cucumber and lettuce and vinegar, cookies, salt and pepper, sunflower seeds, cranberry and grape juice, seaweed, and this is purple corn. Oh, that's from Africa. Purple corn. Pistachios, chips, bits and bites. I got these 2 for $1 the other day at New Leaf, and I know he likes these. Blackberry and blueberry. Oatmeal, pretzels, and crackers he likes. Cassava chips, I'm not sure. And other crackers. He doesn't seem to like peanuts. And he only eats Macintosh apples or ambrosia. So he's very fussy. And then here's some seeds I baked from a pumpkin from last year. And these are extra salty. He loves salt. And oh! Jeez! Oh! Just hit my back on the table. Oh, God. This is my art table. Sometimes you just feel that way. I did that a month ago at the craft place. Somebody threw my thing out and I recreated it. So I'm almost done my Harrier jet. Oh, my back. And I went and joined Anavets, Army, Navy, and Air Force, and played a game of crib last week with the geriatrics, and I won 2 out of 3 games. And they said I can bring my backgammon in there and play, so maybe. And I'm burning incense sometimes, and are you chatting with your friend? Oh, he's going for the blackberry right now. He loves, I had a blackberry bush, but the deer ate it. The deer ate it. He loves blackberries and raspberries, but he hates strawberries. He's fussy. This is some kind of vegetable drink and water. I cleaned out his cage totally yesterday. So yeah, I'll fry up that potato, and I know I'll go for that. And then here I got a mixture of tapioca, navy beans, and black beans. So we'll see. Right? Right. Right, kids? What are you doing? What are you up to? Very busy, but healthy. I'd love to go back to that cabin. The log cabin we had 2 hours north of Edmonton. I would have loved to have taken them there. Here's some money from Indonesia. Time lapse of Bobby on his cage. One frame. Yeah, valleys. I climbed that mountain. I couldn't even walk last year. I had foot drop. I figured it out. Right? If you think about it, you sleep on it, and then you wake up in the morning and you go, aha, what am I doing differently? All my mom's dimes. When she passed away, she said, I'll be leaving you with dimes. So that's what she did. And this is the last gift she gave me after she passed. Christmas 2014, I think. So I burn the incense and I think of my daughters, and I don't know. I'm not doing bad for 60, I guess. This is the last on my bucket list, and I did it. 10 islands in 23 days. As the sun is coming up over Mount Peter and Mount Paul. Been to Trinidad and Tobago, and Cuba, and Mexico, and Tahiti, and Fiji. And I was never rich. I just saved my money. Even had to sell a car to go to Fiji. Tahiti. That was $7,000 for 3 weeks. In today's money, that would be $20,000. So the wasps are coming around. Who knew it was wasps that infiltrated my cyberspace? But that's all been done in the back. Look at this. I found this the other day. A 15-inch ruler when I lived in Grand Prairie in 1968. They're now closed for business last few years. So, I gotta fix that. There's always something. So, Norman gave me this before he passed away. It's a nice ancient antique watering can, and all the antique stores have closed in Kamloops. And so I got to go either to Vernon or Barrier to sell my valuable items. So I got carrots coming up here from last year. They didn't do well last year, but that's weird. Rhubarb is doing okay. There's my hanging bar for my back, decompression. And my blackberry bush was there till the deer ate it. And I didn't plant these, but it's kind of nice to have flowers come out just naturally. And I'm looking forward to the peonies this year. They smell good, and I've got one asparagus I planted 3 years ago. Am I going to get asparagus finally? I don't know. After 3 years, I know I'm going to be getting a lot of apricots here. Usually by the end of June, they're all done. I did a tally, and I think 2,500 is what I had last year. And pray to the gods. Panning for gold last year too. Mom and Harry got that in Hawaii. And it always makes me feel good when I lift weights. It stretches out my spine, and the anti-gravity chair is great. High cirrus clouds today. So peas are coming up already, strawberries. This whole thing used to be covered by strawberries. Now we got strawberries over there. How did that happen? And how come I have strawberries down here? And then I got beans planted here. They should be coming up shortly. Tomatoes, I don't have good luck back here because there's not enough sun. Parsley is doing okay. Chives. So got some weeding to do. Rhubarb. And there's the celery that came up. Wow. Why there? And how? And the deer aren't supposed to like onions or leeks, but they ate my leeks. And I put a whole bunch of cucumbers in here yesterday. And they're a vine, so they should be all over here. So, that was fun, flying a kite a couple of years ago at the park. And I learned how to fly a drone, but who's got the time for that? I got more important things to accomplish. Maybe spray this around the perimeter to keep the deer away again. Shells. And so I did an experiment yesterday, and I talked to about 15 people in the streets. Oh, yeah, we used to do a lot of puzzles. There's the 2000 Piece of the World I did. My daughter was a good artist. She gave me that. Funny too. And this is my bird wall. And a lot of the paintings that I did, well, this one and this one, I got back after the people I gave them to passed away. And one of my best paintings is this one I did for my mom when I was 21 years old. Oh, that's almost 40 years ago. Lake Louise. And that was my first oil painting portrait of Mona Lisa. Sorry, Leonardo, for plagiarizing your work. And Norfolk pine, they call this. It can't be outside. Norfolk pine, aloe vera is doing good. The magic plant that heals. Yucca is doing okay still. Kind of drying out at the bottom. And I don't know why, but this light keeps turning on. It's motion sensor. It's a touch light. And it comes on every night. That's weird. Right? Yeah. So I've already donated 20% of my things to a couple places, the food bank and the recovery center. And I spilled my guts the other day at AA about all the people who have affected me with addictions. Right? Arrgh! There's me and Bobby. Tie that scurvy dog to the yardarm. And here's my models. I remember doing the Batmobile in the 60s with my dad, and then I did a Camaro. And what is time? But Um, Yeah, just getting things sorted out here. It's a mess right now, but... And these are all the birds of BC. Well, I've seen a few. Not all of them. Waterfowl. I used to go hunting and fishing with my dad, and interesting stories he used to tell me when we went hunting and fishing. So, do I listen to Buddha or what? I've been to 8 churches in the last year and temples in Indonesia. And I listen. And if it wasn't for my great-great-grandparents, I wouldn't be here. So I went skydiving last October over their graves. I'm not scared of much, but I do have one phobia. I have gynophobia, if anybody knows what that is. So, yep, life is an exploration. Yeah, so they gave me back my old modem. I got a new one now. And there's all my sand collection from around the world, places I've been. And here's a bookmark that my daughter Jaden made for me, the psychologist, that I still have to pay child support at the year of 22 years of age. When I was 19, I didn't have that. I worked my ass off and went to school. So here I am, 60, still can't find work, still applying. I want to work at Disneyland, but I've been applying for hotels. And here's my old friends from the 60s. I'm still in contact with Gavin. Grand Prairie. With an old movie theater behind. Driving. 68. And I used to work at KFC. I had an interview at KFC to be a assistant manager, but they gave it to some young woman probably. I was a travel agent once, but the pay was terrible, so I quit. There's me and my mom in Edmonton when my Nana's second husband passed away at his funeral. And there they are, Lyle's Lunch, back in the 50s in Fort Saskatchewan. And my mom attracted all the boys because they had one of the first TV sets. They had one of the first TV sets in Fort Saskatchewan when she was a teenager. So I got some things going here. I got things under UV. And yeah. When you go through 6 decades, anything can happen. Got married in Fiji. Lasted 16 years. Not too bad, I guess. The eye sees things in negative. So when you stare at that, you look at a blank sheet of paper and it comes out in reverse. I was going to do this. It's been sitting here for over a year. I don't know. There's other things to do. And Viewmaster reels and that, I'm going to be donating to the antique store, probably in Vernon. Or selling, I mean. I got some old Viewmasters, 3D, that's pretty cool. And I saw the total solar eclipse in Idaho in 17, and these are the pictures I took. Yeah, in a potato field, in a farmer's field. It was a spiritual experience. My mom's timepiece. When I was young, after my motorcycle accident. And I was even able to climb up to the top of Chichen Itza. I got this at the African store. And they had triplets. Enoch and Matilda had triplets, so now they got 5 kids. They're busy. And I've got a lot of comments about this shirt. People find it funny. I used to go pheasant hunting with my dad. And I took this picture in Trinidad and Tobago and blew it up. So, that was a fun puzzle to do. 2,000 piece ocean thing. Yeah. What do you think? I made this from driftwood I found down here at the river a couple of years ago. And just, yeah. I wish I had more time to read. My Island Home. Very interesting. James Norman Hall. He wrote Mutiny on the Bounty. I've read Pitcairn Island and the original. I just have to read Men Against the Sea. The second chapter, Captain Bligh and that. But James Norman Hall is interesting because he grew up in Iowa, where my family hails from. So they came up by train in the 1900s. So I got stuff scattered everywhere here. And I just have to go through my calendars and then discard them. Here's my autobiography from 2008 till now, missing a few years. I got to clear this up with the property manager here, and nobody's been able to get in touch with him for the last year, so that has to be cleared up. And then listening to War of the Worlds, Sound Explosion. I used to listen to that all the time. And so I asked people yesterday morning, walking around the mall, are you afraid of the sun? So I put 2 number 7 welding glasses together, and I discovered out of 15 people that 15 out of 15 people, 50% were interested. The rest weren't. But if it wasn't for the sun, we wouldn't be here. We're all star stuff, as Carl Sagan said. And Arthur C. Clarke, I read all of his books. I read this one in Tahiti. It was cool. After I had my motorcycle accident, couldn't go anywhere for 3 days, but and then I'm studying all the constellations, and I want to know what they mean. I'm Andromeda Man 1964 on YouTube, if anybody wants to know. All my videos are on Andromeda Man 1964. And this is a really cool book. Right, Mickey? Got this at a secondhand store. Food remedies. All kinds of stuff in here. And, yeah. So, I listen to the experts. And, never been to New York City. My daughter has. But I walked across the Rainbow Bridge with Jennifer. And sadly, she passed away from alcohol and pills. And coincidentally, I saw them carry her body away to the morgue one day driving down her street. I was just friends with her the last bit. I was the last friend she had. And my daughter's a psychologist, and I've had no income for the last 2 years basically, and I still have to pay child support. There's something wrong with the Canadian establishment. I don't feel that I'm being treated fairly. But when I was in Indonesia and bought this painting at a gallery, they were all nice down there, friendly people. I recommend Indonesia to anybody. It was even cheaper than Mexico. But one of the most beautiful places I've ever been to was Tahiti and Moorea. This is Moorea, and I did that painting from that when I was 24 years old. Sold my car to get there. I had enough money, but my girl didn't, so I had to sell the car. It's doable. And whenever I feel distressed, I go back to our cabin at Island Lake. And great times with family there. And me and Jen in Mexico, she paid for everything. She was a multi-millionaire. I thought I had it made. I thought, this is too good to be true. Oh, there goes my bird clock. Every hour there's a new bird. And I made this. C'est la vie. A gift that my ex-wife gave me from Fiji. My stepdad said to me, people fall in and out of love all the time. How true. I miss the ocean. I should move to Victoria. Yep. Life is funny. Grandma Love collected owls. She lived to be 85, and she had this owl collection, so I did that for her. I got it back when she passed, and she did that. And my dad's mother did that, late 50s. Niagara Falls. So, without further ado, my next video is going to be Bobby sampling all this food. Let's see what he likes. I like cloves. I don't know why I like cloves so much. You sprinkle it on things. It reminds me of pumpkin pie on Thanksgiving. The last time I was in Ontario at Thanksgiving, and Jennifer treated me for a trip to see my sister and family. Doesn't seem that long ago. You're going to be 10. You're going to be a decade old. Hey, Bobby. You have something to say? Hey, you. Hey, you. He doesn't like to talk on camera. Anyways, it's a big universe. You can only do it day by day. Take it one day at a time. Yeah. Got a good deal on these in Indonesia from the art gallery. They wanted $100,000 for some paintings. I got these two for $50. Pretty good deal. So, where do you go next? Where do you go next? Oh, me and Julie, we used to play this game in the swimming pool, and we'd catch this inflatable ball, and then we'd put our finger. Oh. What? Where's that? South of Guyana, in between Brazil and Guyana. I ain't going there. No. I've been here. I've been here. And that's about it. No interest in Africa or Europe, really. Maybe Italy. But I just discovered I'm part Italian, Sardinian, 23andMe. You spit into a vial. I found out I'm part Polish and Ukrainian. My parents didn't even know. 23andMe, and they got everything right. even my hemochromatosis. So, without further ado, I did this from a National Geographic magazine years ago. A boy and his brother. Solomon Islands. And just be thankful for everything that you have. That's all I have to say. Adios, au revoir.